Am I the asshole for not cooking fancier meals? I'm the only one who cooks in our house. It's just four of us, my husband, me and my daughter and little brother. My husband is 27 and I'm 25. My husband barely knows how to make eggs, even though I've tried to talk to him constantly about learning how to cook. My daughter and brother are still in elementary school, so they only help me cook. The responsibility falls on me and it's honestly exhausting. So, I just set up a system in my head. It's easy. For breakfast it's just something with eggs or cereal. Lunch is some sort of sandwich, burger, or leftovers. Dinner is the meal I usually plan, but I have like 10 dishes I repeat. Sometimes I'll go off, especially Sunday, but generally I stay because it's easier for me mentally. Well, one day I made just pasta Alfredo with chicken, and as we were eating, my husband mentions that it would be nice if I made fancier dishes. I asked him what he meant and he explained he wants me to change things up, add some more meat dishes and variety. Next time, we went out shopping and I was putting ingredients I don't usually buy into the cart. As the ingredients started piling up, my husband was getting all puffy and upset. We got to the meat aisle and I started picking out beef, and that's when my husband lost it and started taking things out of the cart. Saying that we can't afford my fancy living, I blinked at him and tried to explain that he was the one who asked for variety in different dishes, so I'm buying different ingredients. He rolled his eyes and told me that I'm being dramatic. I just let him do his thing, taking out most of the ingredients out. The next week, I made the same dishes because that's all I had ingredients for. A week passed and my husband was all pouting that I made fried rice again and that he's sick of chicken. When I pointed out that he took out all the beef out of our cart, he blew up on me again and said I'm being an asshole because he doesn't know how to cook. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. I would stop cooking for His Grace, the Duke of Minimum Effort, for a while. Possibly forever. Just feed yourself and your kids. Your foods aren't good enough for Sir Requireth All, so why bother? Reginald Expectington III can learn to cook for himself, unless he is mentally impaired somehow. Tell him that you are very excited to taste his beef Wellingtons and nicely seared halibuts. I absolutely despise people who are about as useful as a handful of dirt, yet act all entitled and shit on people who take care of them. Not the asshole, not the asshole, not the asshole. The absolute gall. The thing that bothers me is that he complains about something then gets angry when you try to do what he wants. When you point that out, he gets angry at you. It sounds like he just wants to be angry at you. It's so bizarre. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. The next time he talks crap, drop the joy of cooking in his lap. And the next. Every single time. He can learn to cook or he can shut up. Stop cooking for him at all. Tell him he can do the shopping and meal planning. Not the asshole. If he wants fancier meals, he needs to provide a fancier budget. Not the asshole. I'm sorry, but does your husband have a learning disability? I am seriously asking because it sounds like he is not comprehending what he did. If he did understand, then he's a complete ass. I wouldn't put up with that crap. Am I the asshole for sitting braless in my garden? We are living in a complex and have a small garden within for ourselves. There are bushes planted by the complex, but they are not super high, so you can see the neighbors in their own garden, and from the shared inner garden space. A neighbor complained to me for sitting in only a shirt, no bra in our patio own garden. I am a bit scared they will complain on the shared Facebook group of the complex, as that would be humiliating, so I apologized out of shock and went with it. Now I am thinking I shouldn't have, like, come on, I could be braless in public, but especially within our own garden. I am planning to keep sitting braless, but would I be the asshole if next time I see him I would say something? I feel silly getting upset this. I think what I did is normal, but maybe I shouldn't openly make a debate out of it in the complex. Maybe a Facebook post about how creepy neighbor was checking out whether you were wearing a bra while relaxing in your own private space might turn the tables. Not the asshole. Do your civic duty and make a post before him, don't mention his name, saying that you feel vulnerable because some dirty, old FKER has been perving at you from his window and then had the audacity to message you regarding your attire and that you want to warn other women. Not the asshole. You share on the Facebook page about a man prowling around watching women in their gardens commenting on their breasts and underwear. Not the asshole. How much are they staring that they even noticed that? Not the asshole, and why is he noticing this? Kind of a creeper for even talking to you about it. I haven't wore or owned a bra in 10 years. And I would flip it on your neighbor, make it so it's no longer, it's inappropriate to be braless in your garden. Instead turn it to, I am very uncomfortable with the amount of unwanted behavior and attention you seem to be giving me and my body. I don't appreciate you being a peeping Tom and sexualizing my body when I am in my own garden minding my own business. I don't care who you think you are, but this is completely inappropriate. Please keep your eyes and your thoughts to yourself or I will be forced to report you. Am I the asshole for moving away and making my friend homeless and then ignoring her calls for help? 31F. Have this friend, 33F, who has been living with me these past 3 years. She wasn't on the lease. Nor did she pay rent, but she did give me money occasionally and would buy stuff for the apartment. In the beginning she would help with cleaning, like doing dishes sometimes. She did have a habit of collecting useless junk, used bike tires for example, that would start piling up in my dining room, and she would get upset if I threw something away or moved it. We got in a few arguments over it. Her reasons being that these items was all she had and that I wouldn't understand because I grew up privileged, so of course I didn't see what the big deal was throwing away these items. I still don't, to be honest. Anyways, after a while I began to feel a lot of resentment towards her and I felt she had started taking me for granted. I ended up moving. I told her I planned on moving 2 months prior, but she didn't seem to take me seriously. Or maybe she assumed I was taking her with me? IDK. But I moved, and because of that she is now homeless. She's been calling me daily saying she doesn't feel good and that she doesn't know what to do, and now she just sits in front of 711 doing nothing. I stopped answering her calls. And I feel bad, but I just don't want her living with me anymore. It's like she's completely dependent on others to come rescue her, and it's exhausting. Why do I feel like such a bad person? Should I help her, or is she just trying to manipulate me? Edit. Just wanted to add more info about my friend as it may influence the overall opinion of her. She grew up in foster care and aged out at 18. She's had the same caseworker since, who has helped her with housing in the past. She sees her caseworker about once every few months. Also, she has a high school diploma and was a licensed massage therapist. But said she couldn't renew her license due to financial reasons and sorta just fell off and hasn't been back up since. This was in 2015. 10 years ago. Not the asshole. You didn't make your friend homeless. For whatever reasons, your friend has issues that maybe make it hard for her to do stuff, but you basically supported her for 3 years. She could have done something, anything, in that time to work towards self-sufficiency. Yes, it sucks for her, but it's not your fault. 3 years is a generous gift. If your friend had saved $100 a week, while living rent-free, she would have over $15,000. Not the asshole, eh? Not the asshole. You must have been pretty desperate to do what you did. She clearly had mental health issues, but isn't wanting to work on these, and just wants to be rescued, as you say. She's ringing you because she thinks she can manipulate you again, rather than considering how much you've already done for her. She was not your friend, she was using you and didn't listen when you told her you were moving with 2 months' notice. Her life choices are not your problem. Please free yourself by blocking her from your phone or changing your number. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She had 3 years to better her life and become independent. She didn't, that's on her. Not the asshole. I'm assuming that you have a livelihood which lets you do basic things like pay your rent and feed yourself. Did your friend just sit at your home and do nothing? I wouldn't feel bad at all. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my sister borrow my expensive dress to wear to my ex-fiance's wedding? So I, 30F, have a younger sister, Mia, 27F, and we've always had a complicated relationship. She's often been jealous of me and my achievements. Last year, my fiancé, Ben, dumped me super suddenly and very publicly. He's now engaged to my former friend, Zoe. Their wedding is next month, and honestly, this whole thing has been rough on me. Recently, I bought a stunning, expensive designer dress for a fancy charity event I'm going to next month. It's a special dress, and I felt like I deserved to treat myself after everything. Yesterday, Mia saw the dress and immediately asked to borrow it to wear to Ben and Zoe's wedding. She said, "It's perfect. I need to look amazing, and you're not even using it right now." I was floored. I told her no, that it's for my event, and it would feel so wrong for her to wear it to that wedding. She got super mad and called me ridiculous and selfish, telling our parents I'm a terrible sister for saying no. Am I the asshole for not letting her borrow my dress, especially for that wedding? Not the asshole. Your sister is the asshole for even asking to borrow an expensive designer dress that you haven't even worn yet. Not the asshole. Why the fuck would she even go to that wedding? Hide the dress. Make sure the dress is somewhere where nobody can get it. Not the asshole. You're under no obligation to loan your dress to anyone for any reason. That your sister wants to wear it to the wedding of an ex just makes her the age. If it mattered to your parents enough that they get involved, suggest that they buy her a new dress. Not the asshole. Hold to your no. Your sister is going to a wedding of your ex and former friend when just last year you were engaged to that man and he humiliated you. In addition, she wants to wear an outfit you splurged in to make yourself feel better to that wedding. I think there is only one terrible sister here, and it's not you.